Hi, Allison. Oh my gosh. Hello, love. That is so sweet to see you. I hope Ireland is treating you well. We don't have Nicole with us today. She is resting and taking care of a foot that she discovered has more broken bones than she thought. So I hope you're having a wonderful time and it's so good to see you. Hey, Bobby. Hey, Elsa. Oh my gosh, so nice to see everybody here. Thank you for showing up, Allison. Thank you for dropping in for a moment. I know it's really late where you are. Hey, Sunshine. Hey, James. and uh, and I'm hoping everybody has had a wonderful weekend and taken really good care of yourselves. If you have any questions, please drop them here or you can send me a DM. Hello, Amy. Hello, Dina. For those of you who are new, I am Julia Loggins, a gut coach and colon therapist of over 40 years. I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. I'm sharing information that I have learned from my over 40 years in practice. And I'm saying a big hi to my friend Dax. I hope you're doing great, and it's wonderful to see you for a moment. Hello, everybody. I'm hoping that you have a good weekend, that you've been taking care of yourselves. It's hot and humid in California, so I hope that this means you are drinking water, that you are staying hydrated. It is just, we're having kind of crazy weather as if we all live in Florida. In fact, I think we have another rainstorm coming. So I'd love to hear where everybody is, how you're feeling. If you have any questions, please drop them here. I am right here for you. And I'm excited to see everybody. Hello, Julie. Hello, Iva. Hello, Sylvia. Hello, Billy. Hello, everyone. Hello, Sherry. Hello over on YouTube. Nice to see you. We don't have Nicole with us today. So I may be a little bit slow to answer your questions, but I'm glad that you are here. Wonderful to have you. Hello, Arej. Oh, hello. Hello, Jonty. Hello, balance your BP. Definitely an important thing to do that. And oh, Arej, thank you for my gift badge. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Hello, Meow. Hello, Haley. Haley. Oh my gosh. Hey, darling. Nice to see you. How are you? Meow. Educate on acute fissures. That's something that I would send you to your doctor for. Um, I would definitely suggest that you see a doctor or a proctologist. There's a really interesting one here online that is David Rosenfeld. So check him out. He's a proctologist, and you're going to find him right here on TikTok. Lots of good information about that very question. Hey, Haley, how are you? We don't have Nicole with us tonight. She's just resting and taking care of her foot. Meow, superficial tears. Superficial tears. I mean, I'm imagining that these are internal. So one of the things that you can do is use ozonated oil suppositories. My favorite company is a company called Promo Life. You can find those ozonated suppositories online. Hello, Berlin Vibes. Hello, Lily. Oh my gosh, thank you for my gift badge. That's so sweet. Hello, Diane. Hello, Laura. Meow, I'm happy to answer more questions if you'd like to send me a DM. I'm happy to talk to you more about that. And as I said, Dr. David Rosenfeld, the proctologist that's here online, also has lots of good information. And he is somebody that I personally have sent clients to. Hello, Ida. And for anybody that has, if you're feeling shy about asking a question, you can send it to me on a direct message. One of the things we talk about a lot here is chronic inflammation and chronic illnesses, diverticulitis, colitis, IBS, Crohn's, all the things that we are told are quote unquote incurable. And we talk about how to become pain and symptom free, because I've had clients who have been in and out of the hospital for years with flares who are now pain and symptom free. Hello, Wise Owl. Oh, Sherry, fantastic. That's so great. That was so sweet of you to do that. Nice to have you over here. Thank you for being nimble and jumping over to here. I was telling my friends on YouTube that I'm a little slow over there today because I don't have Nicole. So, Sherry, so sweet of you to jump over here. Thank you. You can just be right in on all the action. Hello, Shauna. um, oh, it's not Shauna, it's Ahana. Oh, beautiful name. Sherry, thank you for my gift badge. Oh, it's so sweet and kind. So I dropped a video yesterday explaining what a flare is because I get a lot of comments on my posts when I'm talking about a flare, and someone will say, "What is it? How do I know if I have it? How do you identify it?" I mean, what are the symptoms of it? So if for anybody who has any questions about what a flare is, you'll hear me talk about it. You'll hear other gut health coaches talk about it. A flare is an acute. It's an attack of an acute pain. It can be it's in your belly, but it can be down the sides, one side or the other. It's caused by inflammation. If you have diverticulitis, it may be because one of your diverticulitis pockets has become infected. Sucralose is not good. Yeah. My absolute favorite sucralose is not good, but thank you. That's a great question. My favorite sugar alternative is a monk fruit, and my favorite brand is called PureAssure. You'll find it on Amazon. It's organic. It has no erythritol. If you're looking for a wonderful brand of monk fruit. PureAssure has no erythritol. A brand I used to recommend a lot, Lakanto, usually has erythritol in it. You don't want erythritol. So thank you for asking. You don't want sucralose. And there's xylitol is often another, you'll see that as a sugar substitute, but it can cause really severe cramps. And if you are a dog mom or a dog dad, you don't want anything with xylitol getting anywhere close to your dogs. It's dangerous for dogs, but it can cause really severe gut issues and cramps in people as well. Ruth, oh my gosh, thank you so much for sharing. That's so sweet. Mm. Hello, Lori. Hello, Alti. Hello, Dev. So nice to have everybody here. How are you all doing? It was a it's every week I say it's a wild week in the world, but it is a wild week every single week. So it makes taking care of your gut even more important. One of the things that I suggest for everybody, and I do it as well, is to check in with yourself during the day and ask yourself, am I breathing or am I panting? You just put one hand right on your chest, one hand on your belly, and check in and see, are you just taking short, shallow breaths? That's panting. And when you're doing that, you are in fight or flight and your gut is not working. It's also not connecting to your brain. So that's going to short circuit your nervous system. It's going to dysregulate you. You hear that word a lot, dysregulating the nervous system. So one of the best things you can do for your gut is to just take a moment and take a deep breath. Hello, Nine Boxer. Just take a slow, deep breath, hold it for 4 counts, release it, hold that for 4, and just rinse and repeat as many times as it takes for you to notice that you are out of fight or flight and you're back in literally in your body. That is one of the best things you can do to avoid and to prevent a flare. And if you feel like you have a flare coming on, you just feel the twinges of it, the twinges of pain, the really bloated belly, then start breathing because you're probably not. It's really easy when you start feeling those twinges of a pain. How do you? Well, with Sherry, with biofilm, or excuse me, with Candida, it's always about a balance, right? Because it's not something we get rid of. There's all kinds of bacteria that are inside us and around us, and we're just living in balance with them. We never get rid of them entirely, but the way that we balance Candida is to use a supplement like My Yeast Be Gone. You just have to bring it down. Exactly. You just need to bring it down and balance it. And that's with my supplement, Yeast Be Gone, because I really have felt after working with Candida for so many decades that a herbal formula is is critical to balancing it. And then a sugar-free, low-carb diet. Amber, if you have ulcers, would it be safe to drink dandelion tea? Yeah, dandelion tea is anti-inflammatory, non-irritating. It's a wonderful coffee alternative. I have lots of clients that like it, and you can put monk fruit in that if you want to sweeten it up. And you've probably, if you have been on here, Ambi, excuse me if I'm not saying it right, but I'll just say Amb. Um, if thank you for my gift badge. It would, if you've probably heard me talk about aloe vera juice, another really important thing to help heal. And I will ask the question that I always ask my followers and my clients who are struggling with ulcers, gastritis, and GERD, or acid reflux. Have you been tested for H. pylori? Just because it's the number one cause. There, you can definitely have an ulcer without having H. pylori, but it's common to have it. Now, Melissa, oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's so sweet. Arej, a little pokes every once in a while. Is it okay? I'm not really sure what a poke is. I'm not really sure quite what that means, but thank you for the question. Maybe just rephrase it gracefully. How do you need to take a probiotic every day? That's a really good question. There's, let's go back to the candida. If you have candida, you might want to take a probiotic while you're healing it, but a very specific one that has Saccharomyces boulardii in it. Probiotics are very specific. So I like to help my clients and followers choose specific ones. If you have candida and you want to balance that, then my women's probio energy has Saccharomyces boulardii. It's different than my other probiotic, which is made for immune boosting. Sherry, you'll find it on my website. It has all the ingredients and a product description, reviews and all of that. So what I suggest is that I do like people to take some form of a probiotic every day, but it doesn't have to be in the form of a capsule. It could be goat kefir, goat yogurt. It could be naturally fermented. That means without vinegar, fermented food. Naturally fermented sauerkraut, or just the liquid. If you are feeling sensitive to the fiber, sometimes I won't have the actual fiber of the sauerkraut. I'll just drink the juice. The same is true for pickle juice. Just make sure that whatever you're using is naturally fermented. So yes, you want to get some form of probiotics in you every day, but it doesn't have to come from a pill. What I think capsules are really useful when you travel. Mine don't need to be refrigerated, so it's great to take when you travel. The symptoms of GERD and IBS are kind of similar. Yes, and people can have GERD and IBS. IBS is the thing about GERD is it often has the difference is it has to do with like a burning kind of a burning effects of the stomach, and that's IBS doesn't always include a burning stomach. It does include the going back and forth between diarrhea and constipation and bloat. Arej, mild abdominal pain. Oh, I'm okay. So are you asking, do you have a question about that? About the mild abdominal pain? Lingering, yes. If you've had a flare, then you may have lingering pain for a while. Yeah, that isn't uncommon. One of the things that can be really helpful for healing that are castor oil packs. But yes, absolutely, that can take a while to heal. But the CT scan didn't show any problems, so fantastic. That's great. You mean cancer-like symptoms are similar to IBS? And there's, obviously very specific tests for that only your doctor can do, but for sure. Britt and Maddie, are black-eyed peas okay once you're far away from a flare? I would say that is super individual. Haley, who might be still with us at this moment, I'd say when she was probably a year out from her flare, was okay with having pressure cooked, soaked, and then pressure cooked beans. But I have lots of clients who don't do well on black eyed peas or beans, even a year out from a flare. It's so individual. There's almost no way to know until you try it. Um, and the way you try it, of course, is to have a very small amount, like a tablespoon, so that if it goes south, it's not a really big disaster. Otherwise, and then if you do well on it and then you have a little more, yeah, just go really slow. Some of these things are so individual. Some people absolutely do well. Same with beef. Some people, if they're not having a flare, do fine eating beef. Others, that will cause a flare for them always. I mean, there's some things that are just, we just stay away from, like popcorn, like whole nuts and seeds. But then there's a whole broad cornucopia of foods that you just have to try a little bit of, and then everyone is different, and also that can change. So you might not do well on something, and then all of a sudden you do well on it. And then if life gets really stressful, all of a sudden that might trigger you again. When my life is really stressful, I just kind of go back to something very simple. Hello, boss lady, nice to have you. um, Britt and Maddie, scary to try anything new. I know, I get it. So that's why I'm saying, if you're going to try the black eyed peas, soak them and then pressure cook them a long time, and then just try a tablespoon or so that it's just, you. And it's also good to just give your body, like, let your body get used to it. That's my thought. I don't have a flare reaction to beans, but I get still really bloated and gassy. It's just not ever been my friend. Beans aren't really part of my genetics. It's not something that my ancestors ate, so maybe that has something to do with it. Viola, is salmon okay to eat? Absolutely. Salmon is really easy to digest as far as an animal protein. Just make sure you're taking a digestive enzyme at the end of your protein meals. That is just really the game changer. It has been for me. It really is a game changer for so many of my clients. So that's why I every single day I receive an email or a text or something from someone who never had a digestive enzymes and just started using them, and just feels like their world changed. All of a sudden, they're not bloated, they're not tired after they eat. They can actually eat food. That's my experience. Hello, tattooed beauty moon. Welcome, welcome, and it's so nice to have you. Welcome to our live. Sherry, why at the end? Great question. Because you don't want to take hydrochloric acid, digestive enzymes at the beginning of a meal on an empty stomach. And if it doesn't have, if it doesn't have hydrochloric acid in it, it is not going to break down protein. So you don't have to have my supplement. Mine is Enzyme Energy. You don't need to use mine. But if you are eating protein, which I hope all of you are, you want to make sure that your digestive enzyme has hydrochloric acid in it. And that means you're not going to have the digestive enzyme on an empty stomach, because it's going to be inflammatory. I hope that makes sense. But it's such a good question. And every once in a while, I'll do a post about it, because I've had clients or followers who will say, I can't take digestive enzymes, they inflame my stomach. And then I will discover that that's because they were taking it on an empty stomach. Hello, Annie Hall. So nice to have you. Sherry, thank you for the follow. And welcome for any of you who are new here. It's just so great to have you all great to have all of you here. Missing Nicole today, but hopefully she'll be back next week. Sherry, you're drinking baking soda and water daily for 3 months and now constant upset stomach. When you were having the baking soda and water in between meals, I hope. I'm assuming you were doing that. Tell me why you were doing that. I like baking soda in water, just for everybody to know. It can be alkalizing, and if you have ulcers, GERD, or gastritis, having baking soda and water in between meals can be very soothing. So I'm imagining, Sherry, that that's why you were doing it, but I'm not sure. And so if you have a constant upset stomach, I guess my first question is, have you had an endoscopy and have you been tested for H. pylori? I would, you notice that I will always just jump to, have you had a test or a diagnosis, just because it gives us something to work with. Um, and hello, Indy. Hello, Nikki. So, a couple of questions and then happy to answer yours. For anybody out there, though, baking soda and water can be very soothing. It's always something that you do in between meals because it alkalizes the stomach. And you actually don't want your stomach alkaline while you have food in it. You want it to break down, you want it to have those digestive enzymes. You don't want to cancel them. I dropped a story that was an older post of mine, and you'll find it in my stories where I'm talking about when you drink liquids, which is not during meals, because we don't want to dilute digestive enzymes. We always want to, you can have, of course, a sip of water, a sip of tea, but you really want to wait a good hour or so until your meal's digested to have that cup of tea, whatever else that you're drinking. So anyway, Miguel, would I be able to share a brand? Yes, I'm happy to. I would give mine a try. I created digestive enzymes called Enzyme Energy. You'll find them at the link in my bio at the top of my page. Cleansingforenergy.com is my website. They're called Enzyme Energy. I created them for people with sensitive bellies. I'm Wendy. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming. Oh, you're welcome, Miguel. If you can't find it, send me a DM. Um, and uh, oh, thank you, Britt and Maddie. That is so kind of you. I appreciate that. My advice for the day: don't go into the supplement business. Um, except I learned a lot. I did it because I could not find supplements that I felt good about for my clients. But what I will tell you that I have learned is that supplement companies don't have to actually put all of their ingredients on the labels. They can take out things, they can add things, they can substitute things. They don't all do third party testing. I do third party testing for my products and for the ingredients. Sometimes I run out of ingredients, so I'm not able to have that product. I try not to have that happen, but that's just what happens because I'm always doing third party testing. I love the labs I use and my vendors, but I'm testing for mold. I'm testing for allergies because, my clients are often people with chronic illnesses, and I'm very sensitive to making sure that the ingredients in my product are allergy free and mold free. And the only way to know that is by third party testing. So when you get anything of mine, it's just been through a whole rigorous trial, and I test new batches all the time. Um, I didn't know that not all companies did that when I started my business. And I also discovered that when you do that, it's not a brilliant way to make money, but it is something that I feel good about. And when I go to sleep at night, I know that all my products are exactly how I intend them to be. So I hope you love them. And Britt and Maddie, I'm so glad that you do. Hello, Mickey. Nice to have you. And Sherry, again, thank you so much for jumping over here from YouTube. Oh, you started the Mount Capra colostrum. Yes. How do you like it? My dear friend Britt and Maddie has started using a colostrum, a goat milk colostrum from a company I do love and feel good about, and that's Mount Capra. They're a fifth generation sustainable ranch and farm in Washington State. They do an incredible job with their animals and everything that they grow. And and it's such a high quality product. And for those of us who want to avoid cow products, and colostrum is so healing. As you know, colostrum is the first liquid that comes from a mother after a baby is born. So it's got all the immune building and immune repair, mitochondrial repair parts to it. and it's very, very special. So I love that you're doing it. Yay. I please keep me posted. You've probably seen another one of our friends on here, Lisa Kay, who is just loving it, and Nicole is loving it. I have lots of clients who are using it. I looked for years for a cow dairy-free colostrum, and Nicole found that. So far, so good. That's awesome. Nicole discovered that because we were just determined to find a goat milk colostrum. I don't know if there's any other company that makes it, but it's this is one that we feel so good about sharing. So I'm so excited. Now, what colostrum can do is really help repair the leaky gut. So I did a post the other day where I was sharing a little bit last night, I think that was yesterday's post about what leaky gut is. You hear that term, right? So I was using one of the tubes I use for my colonics to show what a healthy colon looks like. It's just like it was just a plastic clear tube. And then I got out my spaghetti strainer. That's what your gut looks like when you have leaky gut. That's what we all have. Because things like glyphosates and chemicals and toxins, pesticides, everything, what they do, but especially glyphosates, which is in soy, wheat, and corn, and other things as well in America. What those do is they bore microscopic holes in the gut, and there's all these tiny holes in the gut. It causes leaky gut. Toxins leak in and out, and it causes a world of problems. It's the beginning of inflammatory gut issues. And colostrum is one of the things that can knit your gut back together. And there's other things that can do it as well. Bone broth is great, aloe vera juice, colon cleansing, just getting out the extra waste also helps knit that colon back together because your colon can heal and just become um, it's not like a steel pipe, it's more like a nylon stocking, but we don't want a spaghetti strainer of a gut. And and I've found that sometimes pictures work better than words. What if you're intolerant of whey and milk? Then, which is why the Mount Capra might work so well, because for many of my clients with goat with milk allergies and sensitivities, they do really well on the goat. And if you don't do well on goat products, then stick with bone broth, which can also do a wonderful job in healing your gut. Hey, Mary. Hello. So nice to see you. Mary, there is a Rottweiler here in Santa Barbara at our shelter named Jack, who so needs a home. And every time I see him on my Instagram story from my friend who I follow because she is one of the main volunteers at our shelter, I think of you. So if you know anyone who is a Rottweiler lover, he is just the sweetest boy ever. He's great with other dogs, and he needs a home. Okay, I will send him to you. He's just a total love. But thank you. Thank you so much. I really, really, okay. I really appreciate that. It's 805 Rescue, and I'll hook you up. Those are just the best people, and we are really, really trying to find Jack a home. Sue, you're curious if a heating pad is needed with a castor oil bath. It's not needed. You can just do it all by itself. Um, yeah, you can just do it all by itself. You don't have to have it. But that's a good question, Sue, and thanks. And how are you doing? Oh, Mary, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for asking. I'm good. It's been hot and humid here. And so my dogs, when we go out and walk in the afternoon, they're kind of wilting. One of them in particular does not love hot weather or hot, humid weather, but at the moment they're in my air conditioned clinic and they're sleeping and they're very happy. But all is well. And how about in your world? And thank you for inviting me to share Jack's post with you. Sue, you're good. Ah, I'm so glad to hear that. I love hearing that. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here. Michi, you have H. pylori and gastritis. Okie doke. So it is really, is your doctor treating you for your H. pylori? Absolutely critical. Um, you've just been busy with life. Yes, life is very busy, isn't it? It is very, very busy. every day. And I had a busy Sunday. I actually saw 2 clients today that I don't usually, but it just was one of those moments. So it was like kind of not really a Sunday, but tomorrow I don't have a crazy day. I had a client cancel and I didn't call anyone on my cancellation list because I kind of need a moment. I know exactly, right? I feel like I'm playing hooky a little bit, but I just kind of need a moment to take a breath. And it's good. So they gave you antibiotic. Okay, so that's really important to do, Michi. I want you to make sure that you finish what they give you, and then have your doctor retest you in 30 days. Um, and so retest you in 30 days. Mm, for H. pylori. Actually, I'm sorry, retest you 30 days after you finish the antibiotics. So maybe you have another week or two. 30 days later, have them retest. Because if you still have it, you want to make sure it gets treated. Sometimes it doesn't, it takes more than one. You have a headache and anxiety. So please send me a DM, Michi, and let's talk about that. Is that brand new? Has that just started because of the antibiotics? Um, but in any case, send me a DM. We'll talk about it. Mary, we don't have Nicole today. Um, hello, Anne Marie. I'm sorry over here on YouTube. I don't have Nicole, so I'm slow to answer, but nice to see you over here. So Mary is, Nicole is not she's resting her foot, and she was exhausted and in pain, so she's taking the day off from being with us and going to a new doctor tomorrow, and discovered that she had a couple more bones broken in her foot than she thought, and she's been in pain. I know. I'm glad that she discovered it because she just wasn't healing and couldn't figure out why. And she's going to someone new. So I'm hoping and literally saying my prayers tonight that she's going to a wonderful new orthopedist. And thank you for asking. I miss her. And of course, I miss her because over on YouTube, my lovely friends aren't getting questions answered, but hopefully we'll have her back next week. And even more important, yeah, thank you. Say a prayer for her. Oh, Brent Maddie, thank you for my gift badge. How are you? Besides doing your Mount Capra colostrum and thinking about enlarging your diet, how are you? Britt, Matt, are you doing good? Are you things feeling more? It sounds like they may be a little bit more stable. If you're even considering adding something to your diet, that's a good sign. I know that it can be scary. Hello, Jessica. Welcome, welcome. You're doing well. Things are more stable. Hallelujah. You just want to freeze the moment, right? Whenever anything is stable with me or any of my clients, I feel like we just want to freeze the moment because, life throws us a curveball all the time. And so, what's really, really important is that, you just continue to do all the things that are making you feel good. Your baths and your breathing and just everything that I think stress reduction is probably one of the most important things that we can do. Anytime I talk about it, um, I notice, it's one of those things that because it doesn't feel concrete, like concrete meaning don't eat these 7 foods. That's concrete. Everybody gets that. But the idea that stress reduction is so important, it's hard to grasp. And maybe the best way to share it is to just tell stories about how important it is when I see my clients do things. And that could be dancing, gardening, anything that gets you away from whatever the fear stories are in your mind. I think that's just the best way to stay. Whatever the fear stories are about how you're feeling in your body or what could be happening or those worst case scenarios or the news, which is never good. Whatever you can do that you're focusing on that you love. is so important. And so many of us have so little time. We're always working and there's your to-do list. But please, 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 nobody at the end of their life, and I work with a lot of older people, ever said, um, at the end of their life, oh my gosh, I just wish that my bedroom drawers were cleaner. Nobody ever says that. Nobody ever says, gee, I just feel so good about all the hours that I always worked. I mean, just nobody ever does that. All my older clients, and I'm 70, but I have clients that are, 15 years older than me. And what they're talking about is all the things that they love, the people they love. Um, and the same thing is true for my young clients that I really see as role models for enjoying life and just taking the time for that and seeing that as valuable. And we just don't get much support in our society for seeing time spent with things we love as valuable, because we're really taught to chase money and security. And there is no real security except whatever we can do inside ourselves. So it really makes a huge difference in gut health, I can tell you, from doing this for a long, long time. Miriam, nice to see you. So, Britt and Maddie, what do you do that's fun? And Mary, what do you do that's fun? What do you guys do that you love to do that's fun? Um, I actually do lots of things that I like to do because I have to have fun. Otherwise, otherwise I get absolutely stressed. Fun has to be a big part of my life. I love my work and I love my clients. I love my dogs and my husband, and I have a low stress marriage. It's marriage number 3. Um, and and he's a wonderful human being. You're hoping to start piano lessons soon. I love that. Yes. Oh my gosh, that is sounds so cool. Pouring yourself into music and into learning something new. Oh, I definitely want you to do that. Mary, spending time with your family, read, and taking your dogs for a walk. Yeah, that just listening to you, just reading that is sounds so beautiful. Reading is, gosh, my dad, who grew up, he was an immigrant from Romania and grew up with nothing, but he didn't have any money for books, but would go to the library and used to take me and my sister to the library. He just thought the library was a treasure chest of um, adventures, and his love of, and it was free. It's funny, I have 2 librarians as clients and I love them. And I've learned what an amazing resource libraries are. They have computers for people that don't have computers. The librarians are taught how to help people with a whole bunch of life skills. And yeah, I love that too. Reading is amazing. And of course, animals. All of you who know me know that I'm an animal lover, and spending time with my dogs are in the clinic with me every day. Um, and one of them is such a therapy dog. My other is healing a history of abuse, but my little Cheyenne is such a love, and my clients love her. And sometimes she'll just jump into their lap and I'll see them breathe like, like, wow, it's powerful. So dogs, cats, anything. My clients love it. And my clients are wonderful human beings, because when I first got Bo, who is a 100-pound Belgian Malinois who'd been very abused his entire life, was terrified of people, um, and definitely looked scary. Um, they were so welcoming and so patient and so kind and so understanding. And I had everybody in a structure and a protocol around him, so that everybody was safe and that he could feel safe. Yes, Belgian Malinois are so, so smart. And they end up in shelters a lot, and they don't do well in shelters. They're very special. So, I am a fan of adopting and fostering. If you have any time on your hands and you can't have a dog, go to the shelter and take a dog for a walk. Hello, Linda. Nice to have you. Mine are not. I have two low drive Belgian Malinois. Otherwise, they couldn't live my life. I think my big guy is just so happy to be safe. He is an incredible guard dog, and he is. My husband said I could walk anywhere at midnight because he is so protective of me. And my little one, Cheyenne, who's 60 pounds, I think she would like more of a job, but she's honestly just a wonderful dog. And we do a lot of exercise, probably 2.5 hours a day of walking, and then half an hour of tug of war and at least half an hour of fetch. But during the day, between the time I wake up and the time I go to bed, I probably walk them 2.5 hours. But I'm 70, and so I consider that my exercise. But they're not high drive. Yeah, I couldn't have a really high drive now in the life I have. And yeah, they're wonderful. So I mean, I love all breeds. Um, and Mary, my friend, that you might follow him over on Instagram, Cherry Hogs. Rottweilers are his favorite breed. Follow him because you would love him. Charlie from Cherry Hogs, Sherry. Oh, I look amazing. Oh my gosh, thank you. That's really kind. I, I feel like, my doctor, Dr. Julia Hunter, you find her here online. She said that she's a holistic dermatologist. She also does a whole body everything. I've been working with her for a long time. And she says, you can't inject radiance. You have to make that from the inside out, and that's gut health. So I do, for a million years, the only thing I did on my skin was Dr. Bronner's soap and olive oil on my face, like literally forever. It's only probably been in the last 10 years that I do anything else other than that. And I don't do a lot. I think whatever is good about my skin is coming from the inside. Um, that's where your skin regenerates. Any thoughts on thermography? Yes, I love thermography, Britt and Maddie. Um, and I've done thermography for my breasts, and you can do whole body thermography for forever. I love it. So, for anybody out there who doesn't know what it is, and that is a great question, thermography is a diagnostic technique where it measures heat in the body, and then that translates to a color on the screen, and then a doctor, actually a professional, reads that for whoever the technician is, and you can learn a lot. My lymphatic drainage therapist had all of his clients work with the local thermographer to check out how we were doing with our healing process, because it measured inflammation, exactly like you said. And what's wonderful about thermography, especially for the breasts, is that it can detect um, any kind of a cyst or issue 10 years before it's going to show up on another diagnostic form. So 10 years earlier, it's going to show up as heat on thermography when you can do something about it. If it's all the way down the line, then there's less you can do about it. So what we love about thermography is it really gives you a lot of time for prevention. I worked with Alan Mills, who's a master lymphatic drainage therapist for 20 years. He's not on this earth anymore, but he taught me everything about lymphatic drainage therapy and what a miracle it is. And I really believe that if every woman in the world, let alone in this country, could have lymphatic drainage therapy, we would reduce chronic illness, and all kinds of illness and diseases dramatically because lymphatic drainage therapy gets to the root of it. But thermography is the place that you can see what is happening. So you can get it just for the top half of your body or your whole body. For anybody out there that doesn't, is going, oh, I'd like to have a thermogram, that's what it's called, then Google thermography in your neighborhood and see who's doing it. It's usually done by a practitioner, a nurse practitioner, and then they send the results to a doctor to read. Is there anyone I recommend in Charlotte for lymphatic drainage? Nobody that I know, but lymphatic drainage therapy has become very popular, which is wonderful. And so if you Google lymphatic drainage therapy and you want to find someone who doesn't just do manual, you want someone who uses a LymphStar machine. One of these days, when I do my live, I'll bring a LymphStar. You can see what it looks like. Manual means just with your hands, like a massage therapist, which is great. But a LymphStar is a machine, and it has a wand that looks like Star Wars, and that helps. It's a light, a special kind that literally breaks down lymphatic congestion. And for anybody that's like, the lymph system runs from the top of our head all the way down to our toes. Oh, thank you, Polly. Oh my gosh, that's so, so sweet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So lymphatic drainage therapy is incredible. And one of the things, oh my gosh, oh, that is so sweet, Polly. Thank you. One of the things that if you do a thermogram, then you can take it to a lymphatic drainage therapist and they can use it like a roadmap. Oh, Polly, thank you. That's so sweet. And that's what my lymphatic drainage therapist did. And that's what they can do. It's like a roadmap for how to help you heal before something becomes a problem. So yes, definitely, I suggest them that you can do them for your whole body, or just the top half. You're going to learn a lot just from doing the top half. But yeah, and if anybody has had one and wants to share about it, please do. I used to get them really regularly. I haven't had one for a while. I also usually will do an ultrasound of my breasts as well, just for in insurance purposes. I mean, my own assurance. And so I don't depend completely on a thermogram. I'll also usually do an ultrasound at some point. But it's a great question, and thank you. Oh, Haley's having struggles with her messages coming through. I'm so sorry. I love you, Haley. I'm sorry that somehow I'm not getting your whatever you're trying to send. And I love you and thank you for trying. I look young. Oh, thank you. Well, doing what you love keeps you young. It really does. I will never retire. Um, Although I used to see 10 I used to do 10 colon hydrotherapy treatments a day when I was younger. I do not do that anymore. But I also walk my dogs 2.5 hours, and I didn't used to do that either. I think do what you love and keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. All of my older clients who are in their 80s just go, keep moving, keep moving. Um, Keep moving. And Dr. Joe, we're talking about what keeps us young. And I'd say it's doing what we love. I know you do what you love, and moving. Just keep moving, moving, moving. So if you have anything to share about how you stay young, um, we'd love to hear. Dr. Joe Court is my favorite psychologist online, and you're going to learn so much from his page. Um, Sitting is the new smoking. Oh, I love that. That is such a good line. Keep moving. Yeah. Sitting is the new smoking. Is it okay on goat cheese? Will you be okay on goat milk? If you do okay on goat cheese, you should do fine on goat milk. Start with a small amount, of course. Rebecca, oh my gosh, I love seeing you too. Hello, hello, hello. So nice to see you. I hope you're doing great and having a beautiful weekend. Saba, moving but slow down your mind. Yep, exactly. There's an actual book called Sitting is the New Smoking. Wow, that is so smart. Wow, that is really, really smart. Nick Henry, I'm a big fan of yours. So thank you for dropping by and saying hi on my live call. But I love your page. So thank you for it. Thank you for everything you share. An actual book called Sitting is the New Smoking is really smart. I think, what's powerful about that is there is nobody who doesn't know how destructive it is to smoke. I mean, we all know that now. So it just kind of hits home to basically compare sitting to smoking. And I agree. It is not good. In fact, who has a standing desk? I'm sitting at the moment, but I actually have a standing desk, and then I do stand a lot for my work. And my back got a lot better when I stopped sitting. So, yes, if you can get a standing desk, please do that. Because sitting is for sure the new smoking. Yep, I love that. Thank you for sharing that. I have to get that book. Hello, Jody. Um, Oh, that's so cool. Well, and thank you all so much for being here and hanging out with me this Sunday afternoon. I hope that you are, speaking of moving, doing something that you love that, as Saba says, moves your body but slows down your mind. When I'm walking my dogs, it slows down my mind, especially because I'm just kind of focused in on them. And they love to smell things. They're totally present, right? They're just completely focused on the present. That's what I loved when my kids were little, just hanging out with them when they were toddlers. They would literally look at a leaf for 10 minutes, right? That's what kids do. They're so present. And it's so easy to just get up in our head as we get older and we're dealing with life. Hello, Princess. Nice to see you. Hello, Sarah. Sarah Lou. Sarah Lou? Sarah Lou. Mm. So, what's everybody having for dinner? I had orange roughy last night. And for anybody who loves fish and doesn't have a great fish store, there is a brand of frozen fish I love. It's called Wexler. You can find it at your grocery store. You can even buy it online and they'll deliver to you. But oh, do you get good fresh halibut where you are? We have really good sustainable fish markets here in Santa Barbara. But one thing that I love that we don't get is orange roughy. So wild caught orange roughy, we just don't seem to get it. So I found a brand called Wexler, and they do all wild caught sustainable fish, every type you can think of. And if you can't find what you love in your local store, or you don't live where they have sustainable fish markets and wild caught, then try Wexler. I love halibut too. My favorite, I love fish. It's my favorite. Ate a lot of it. You have a good fish market. I know fish is so expensive. Remember when beef was really, really expensive, like when we were kids? At least when I was a kid, it was expensive, but now fish is really expensive. So, what I do to cut down spending so much money on it is I do a lot of canned wild caught salmon for lunch. I mean, it's crazy. Even the lamb I buy, which is really good quality, is cheaper than the fish. Saba, you have diverticulitis and you recently started aloe vera capsules and digestive enzymes. Wonderful. So I'm going to ask you, Saba, make sure that the digestive enzymes you're taking have hydrochloric acid in them, okay? Because that's what you need to digest protein. Yeah, I love, I have wild caught salmon, cans of salmon, and I mix it with a little avocado oil and salt, and I mix it up with my greens, and that's my lunch every day. Hello, Hot Pursuit. Nice to see you, and I love that name, Hot Pursuit. How intriguing is that? Saba, you're so welcome. We have 5 more minutes. And thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for being so kind and wonderful since we didn't have Nicole. I really miss Nicole's jumping in. She's so funny and she's so blunt. And I miss her being part of our just being part of our world. Linda Caruth, nice to see you. Hello, Ginny RN, nice to have you. For anybody who is just joining, if you have a gut issue that I haven't talked about, because we've talked about a lot of things here today, please send me a direct message. And if you are really confused and overwhelmed, I don't blame you because there is so much misinformation about gut health everywhere. I love that gut health is trendy because I've been a gut health coach for almost 45 years. So nobody knew about gut health when I started. I love that people are talking about it, but a lot of the information is less than effective, let's say. So if you are interested in a one-on-one consult and you would like to have a tailor-made program to help you become pain and symptom free, then you can sign up on my website. I and a lot of my day is now spent doing my consults. Um, and happy gut. Oh, thank you, Dory. Thank you. That's so sweet of you. Thank you. D is Nicole is not here tonight. She's not. I miss her too. She's taking care of her foot. And I'm hoping that we will have her next week. I love you, Mary. And I will send you the dog info. I promise you. Yeah, I will send you dog info. Thank you so much for inviting me to do that. Jack is here at our local shelter, and so I will connect you with him. But thank you so much for your willingness to do that. Oh my gosh, it would make so many of us so happy if Jack could find a good home. He's a beauty. Rotties are very, very special dogs. So for anybody who has one, I love them. Um, so yes, for everybody, please take care of yourselves this week. The news is crazy. It's intense. It's a roller coaster. Please, please, please. Good night. Oh, Britt and Maddie, good night. Have a beautiful evening. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Have a good night. Please, everybody, take really good care of yourselves. Consider this your permission slip to step away from the news anytime this week that you need to. The world is still going to spin. The news will be there when you come back to it. Step away. It's really easy to just get sucked in, and all of a sudden you're in fight or flight. So please, please, please take care of yourself. Saba, could I recommend? Yes, they're called Enzyme Energy, and you will find them on my website, which is cleansingforenergy.com. You'll also find it at the top of my page here. But Saba, if you didn't get that, just send me a direct message and I'll connect you. So thank you for asking. Abstract Mind. Oh my gosh, it's so sweet to see you. How are you? How are you healed? Are you stable? Are you pain free? I hope for all of those things. Nicole isn't with us tonight. We did have Allison for a moment and Haley for a moment, but it's so nice to see you. And I'm so hoping that you're doing really well and that you are feeling great. And life is treating you well and that your body is treating you well. So anytime you feel like an update, I would love to hear it. For anybody who's just jumping on, I'm about to sign off. So yeah, have a wonderful night. For anybody out there, please have a good night. Please take care of yourselves this week. I will be back next Saturday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Carrie, nice to see you. You've joined at the end of our call. We're just going to be here for another couple of minutes. Joseph, anybody who's jumped in, if you have a question about your gut, please send me a direct message. If you'd like a consult, you can sign up on my website. If you are new to being diagnosed with colitis, diverticulitis, IBS, any inflammatory gut issue, the videos on my page teach all my followers what I teach my clients in my clinic. I have a clinic in Santa Barbara, California. You are welcome to come see me here. I love when my followers become my clients here in my clinic. Um, but I do consults, and it's a great way to reach people all over the world. So, have a wonderful night, everyone. Please take care of yourselves. I love you all. Lots of love to you. Make sure that you are breathing, that you're taking your digestive enzymes at the end of your protein meals, and that you are staying hydrated. It's hot out here in California this next coming week. So please stay hydrated. Sugar free electrolytes in your water. Okay, good night, everyone. Love you.